What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's having a good day. I did a Walmart video. I could have went to another Walmart, but I'm going to save it for another time. And I don't want to get too many of those Walmart videos up. Some of them I can make a little longer. Some of them I can make a little shorter. Today was raining, so it wasn't really too long of a video. But, I don't want to overkill it with that. But to show you the lake, there's a couple people fishing on the other side. Another nice day. That carp is out there. I don't know if my camera's picking that up. That big carp. There's two of them in there that hang out with each other. But those things are huge. I don't even think they would bite on a pole. They're probably bottom feeders. Anyway, if they do, they don't. I'm not really that schooled in fishing, really, other than to watch. And I go fishing, but not all the time. Anyway, somebody brought up a comment. Two people did, actually. I brought out a couple of my watches. These are two new ones I got, Iron Man and the Shock. And someone said, hey, how long does the battery last on the Armitron? How long does the battery last on Casio? Well, that's a good question. Has many answers, actually. From what I know, the Armitron's 2 to 3 years. I'm just saying, minimum 2 to 3 years. I have a couple Armitrons. This is like my third one, and the other ones are 2 years old, and they're still going strong. Okay, I got those, and very, very cool. Love this watch. I say 2 to 3 years, give or take, but you never know with a battery, depending on how much you use the light. If you use the light a lot, the battery might not last as long. Like me, I'm always hitting the light, but I try to not use the light as much because, I know it will burn out the battery. Anyway, so 2 to 3 years minimum on an Armitron. If it goes over that, fine. If it's still working, fine. And if not, on the back, I'm sure everyone knows this. Excuse me. There's the battery that goes in it, and you just change the battery. Now, the 5600 is the basic G-Shock, which I love. I have. And I would say, oh, man, this is a hard one because I heard these could get 10 years out of them. It's not listed. I would say at least 4 to 5 years, but it's not listed on there. I mean, I never really looked it up, but I would say 4 to 5 years and maybe possibly 10 years. I heard people are getting out of these 5600. And like I said, you just change the battery. Just make sure you put the rubber back in right and change the right battery. Put the right battery that belongs in it. So, yeah. And then you got a lot of reasonable Casios, like the mud resistant. You got 10 years. It says a 10-year battery. So that's pretty impressive. I think you could get more out of it, possibly. Who knows? Maybe less, maybe more, but it says 10 years. This was said 10-year battery. Actually added a fish timer, which I'm having a good time with. And look, it's saying fish right now, and there's people out there fishing. This thing has a 10-year battery. This thing has a 10-year battery, too. You wouldn't think it, but when it came, it has a 10-year battery. These watches definitely have a 10-year battery. So I figure as long as you don't use the light, you don't abuse the light on it, and, you enjoy it, I think you get almost 10 years out of the battery. That's what they say, like the mud resistant. And my 360 data bank, love this watch. Great light on it, the green light. Multi-language, data bank, 5 alarms. Anyway, this is another watch, basic Casio. nothing, nothing crazy, minimalistic, simple, no crazy watch, but nice looking watch. 10-year battery. 10-year battery. I was trying to look for a word. It was slipping me. It was simple man watch. Simple person's watch. I mean, it looks cool. To me, it's more than simple, but it's a cool looking watch. It's a great looking watch. You could use this for a dress watch, a regular, casual watch. But 10-year, it comes with a 10-year battery. So a lot of these reasonable Casios come with a 10-year battery. I think that's a little more battery life than Iron Man. I would figure these for 2 to 3 years, possibly a little more, depending, like I said, how you use the battery. And I think it's a 2016 or whatever. Let me see. It tells you on the back. It tells you on the back right on the back. It's a 2016 CR 2016 battery. You want to get the right battery and you want to put it in right. You don't want to mess up that O-ring that goes around it, to waterproofs it. You want to put the right battery and get it done right. Hopefully, you can get it done by a jeweler unless you're pretty handy. I'm not that handy and I don't have any tools for them, but definitely put the right battery in and do it right, and the Indiglo should work again and all that good stuff. But I say 2 to 3 years. If you could get 4, you're lucky. I'm just saying. This is just on my own use, but I'm looking at it, what I Googled, and I'm looking at it of actually some that I put batteries in that died on me not too long ago, but those were old. And actually one of those watches, the battery's in for over a year already and it's fine. So they do last 2 to 3 years. You possibly could get 4 years out of it. And it all depends, if you don't use that light crazy, But anyway, that's what I got to say, 2 to 3 years on these, 2 to 3 years on the Armitron. And a lot of these budget Casio watches, the mud resistant, these watches, data banks and stuff like that, and Fish Time, a 10-year battery. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm filmed out. I'm out of here. Peace out, everyone. Have a great evening.